Isn't it totally stupid to believe in God? I also no longer believe in Santa Claus. When I began to engage with God, I definitely didn't want to be brainwashed. But then I realized scientific thinking and believing in God do not exclude each other at all. For example, I met John Lennox, who is a mathematics professor at Oxford, and he says that science has not buried or refuted God. The findings of natural sciences point to the existence of God, and science itself is confirmed by the existence of God. Or Professor Dr. Heino Falke, he is an astrophysicist. Recently, a picture of a black hole was taken for the first time. He was jointly responsible for this project, and he is a Christian. There are people who are quite brainy and still believe in God. How do they come to that? There are different arguments. For me, it's a chain of arguments. Together, they lead me to think that it's scientifically much more likely that God exists than that he does not exist. I will show you 4 arguments why I believe that God exists. The first argument comes from physics. Our universe has a beginning. But what was before that? Laws of nature, quantum fluctuations, energy, where do they come from? Why is there something at all and not nothing? Who actually made it bang at the Big Bang? When you watch YouTube videos with these huge domino chains, it's the same thing. One tile moves the next and causes it to fall. But the whole thing only starts when someone from outside nudges the first tile. For me, it is more likely that a totally powerful being, God, has set the universe in motion. Second hint about God. The universe is incredibly complex, much more complex than, for example, a smartphone. The individual components must be, just like with a smartphone, very precisely coordinated. Only then can life emerge. The probability of a smartphone randomly assembling itself and working so that I can use WhatsApp is very, very low. That our universe came into existence by chance is much, much, much more unlikely. To me, it sounds more probable that a totally powerful, intelligent being, God, is behind it. Argument number 3, this time from biology. Where does the information in our body actually come from? Take, for example, our DNA. There is a lot of important information stored there. Each cell of yours is virtually an entire library. If you walk along the beach and suddenly see hello written in the sand, you know from those 5 letters that it's not a coincidence. An intelligent being was here before me and left a greeting. Your DNA has 3.5 billion characters. They fit together and make sense, can even be read. For me, it is more likely that there is a God behind it who wanted exactly you. Fourth argument for all the artists among you, though I am not really one myself. Nevertheless, I think it is good. Why do we actually find beautiful things so beautiful? Why do we love music, for example? Why do we hold our breath when we see a sunset in the desert? Purely from an evolutionary perspective, we cannot explain it. We do not get more food in the desert, for instance. It does not benefit us to find it beautiful. I believe there's a God behind it, who is creative and loves beauty, and puts some of this love into us. Science and faith contradict each other? I think not at all. But hey, continue researching yourself.